Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Thea 2 The Awakening. So when I loaded in here, our man here, this is... Okay, hold on. I did a little bit of research. I'm trying to learn. I think it's like Grzegorz? I'm leaving the R out. I'll get it. Please do keep correcting me. The couple of comments that have been left about pronunciation have been helpful, even if you can't tell just yet. Grzegorz. Something like that. Our man here, I think we're just going to grab more perception, because it seems like a good warrior stat. This increases his carry limit, but I don't think we need to increase his carry limit. He can carry quite a lot of stuff already. Yeah, let's keep taking multiple points of these red stats. And I am unsure. Let's see here. Where are we at on gathering? We're still replenishing, right? Let's take at least one more turn of continuing to gather like this. I might have the crafter or the gatherer come out of the village and try to grab this stuff, because I'm curious what exactly will happen. The traumatic events of the last few days made it clear your child is child no more. They now face the time of the croppings, the rite of passage into adulthood. But this path is never easy. You must now choose what journey the young one will take, before, God's willing, they may return to you as an adult. Okay, Moimira is... Let's see. She's got decent red stats. She's actually got pretty good purple stats. She's good at crafting, she's good at gathering. She has high luck. Your child is strong, they will follow the path of the warrior. A good craft is what you want your child to learn. Gatherers are always needed, and the training is less perilous. It is the case that we could use more gatherers, for sure. Chance, your child has always been different. Allow fate to guide their path completely, or your child is learned. Perhaps they can become a healer. Well, they do have purple stats. We don't really have anybody who's good at purple stuff, so like purple challenges, for example, are tricky for us. And we don't have a healer. I'd like to know exactly like what kind of skills she might learn. Yeah, okay, let's lean into this. Let's go for healer. The path of the healer is not physically challenging, yet not many have the wisdom or persistence to succeed. The child failed its trials, and the consequences can often be dire for such a young mind. I thought maybe we would actually do something, maybe we'd have a challenge, or... Okay. Await to see their fate. The child was lost for many months. In time they returned to you, changed, rugged and sick with the ailments of the cursed scavengers. It must be the will of the gods. Rejoice at the child's return as an adult. Okay, let's go have a look at her new deal. Seems like that was not the thing we were looking for. Moimira has become a scavenger. Abandoned by the gods long ago and driven to madness, they survive by any means necessary. It did push her purple stats up higher. It doesn't, like, this text is bad, and the text we got on the description was bad, but she doesn't actually seem to be... She seems fine. Okay, well, that's, Okay, she remembers what job she was on. Yeah, she's better at stuff now. I don't know, weird. It was a weird outcome. Okay, let's... Boy, gathering wood is really a slow process. Every time you fill the bar, you only get 6. I guess you don't really need all that much, though. Maybe let's give her a weapon, a better weapon, and have her escort the gatherer out to those fancy ruins. So she has her amber club, but at this point, she's strong enough to wield the sandstone javelin. She's not a great fighter. But we may not need her to be a great fighter, right? Yeah, let's try this. Let's try a little adventuring. So I believe, actually, we should check on the equipment of the gatherer, and also I should try to remember her name, Zuska. Okay, so she has a leather gathering tool. Could we make a better one? The gathering tools are made... Okay, we could get the malachite, right? Or we could get enough wood. Malachite has a pretty decent amount of essence. Yeah, I think we'll send her out for right now. The next advancement we take will almost certainly be the ability to gather the malachite. So to that end, maybe we should set some people on research? I guess if I'm about to pull the crafter from the city, though, or the gatherer from the city, maybe that's the thing we would want to wait on. Yeah, alright, let's organize another expedition. This is not the screen I want. Here we go. Zuzka and the new grown-up Moimira can go forth and do some stuff. Let's just pass them, I mean, most of the types of food. Leave some stuff in the town, and of course the town can cook more of its own stuff. Okay, and some meat too, because task efficiency is affected by morale. And most of the wood. Alright, so I want one of you gathering food and the other one gathering wood. I guess we can just leave you on vegetables and you can, yeah, do this. Alright. No, not you, the expedition. Here we go. They're pretty fast. They'll make it over there in a hurry. And they're close enough to the warrior expedition that we don't have to worry about them getting attacked, I don't think. I get some ruins to explore. Alright, we can definitely do this. Let's hit the auto-resolve. Yeah, cool. We can save ourselves quite a bit of time, since we now know that the auto-resolve button does not actually commit you to the battle. That's really nice. I really do appreciate that. Alright, a bunch more bloodbone would also be nice to have. Oh, and what is this? Darkwood. Oh, we can't actually gather the bloodbone right now. Well, whatever. Camp. 800. Okay, that's an impressive amount. And they do have more than 5 turns of fuel, so I'm not too worried about that. Sudden storm catches you off guard. Okay, we had a bad experience with the storm last time. Let's try to take cover. Outrunning the storm feels foolish. You spot a cave that will protect you, but first you must reach it. Okay, so we're doing a red challenge against concept. I'm first, huh? Well, he's hardy and red. And he's so good at charging that he could fight 2 abstract concepts at once if he had to. Okay, let's start with this. Until we know where they're going to line up, let's put out a simple brute force attack. Alright, let's play him to here. Hoping that they'll put something in front of it to try to protect it, even though we know that that has not been super effective in the past. Well, that's unfortunate. So we don't have a ton of ranged attacks available. Definitely gonna have to make use of hers, and you don't have any abilities or anything. So we're probably not going to use Moimira here at all. Okay, cool. We got there. Unfortunately, the line attack is pretty slow, but, you know, we have so much armor. I'm not too worried. So do we want to throw down... Yeah, I guess him again makes the most sense. Then, sadly, we have nothing to do with our final action point. It is really nice to have all of this shielding now. So do we see an easy way to predict how much damage the push-through will do to the back row? Because it's not doing the full amount. Alright, you run like the wind and feel that the gods look favorably on you. The cave keeps you safe, and when you leave, you discover some stone and the remains of a less fortunate soul. And also a physical blessing. Okay, extra movement points for all these people is nice. And that has put us at another advancement, which I assume we will properly earn once we've ended the turn. The ruins you are about to search have an unsettling stench of decay about them. Let's scout the area first. That is a little worrying. You realize that the quiet remains of a once great city. You observe the quiet remains of a once great city, and soon realize that among the fog walk the unliving, and their breath is exuding toxic cloud. The English in the game is not always spectacular, and I've just talked over a bunch of the typos and weird wording so far, but I wonder, I expect that the developers are just not English as a first language speakers. We could devise a tactical plan to defeat them, or we could just use brute force. We're pretty good at brute force. Alright, let's see what the dead have in store for us. Alright, they have the attack through ability. The attack will splash onto another enemy standing behind the main target, but it does not tell us how exactly the damage reduction works. Alright, well I think getting out Ice Spike nice and early is probably a good idea. So this targets one enemy in the melee row in front of the character. If there is none, then any enemy on the battlefield may be targeted. This is not the one where you get to control who is targeted, sadly. And then I think I'm going to play a big hammer strike into this space. Hope that they put somebody right in front of him. Okay, so that is a very similar but slightly hardier undead. You have your normal weapon attack and your first strike ability, which is going to deal 2 damage immediately when you are played. So that still only makes this 5 total damage. We can definitely do better with our action point here. I don't expect we're going to see anything in the back row on this battle, so let's definitely go for just a normal weapon attack. Oh, I gotta remember we can summon a bear as well. I mean, Moira is better than Zuzka, at least. So we have 3 more action points coming to us. The bear would cost 2. I'm not sure it's going to be an issue. I don't think they have the damage to get through all of our shielding. So we can drop one of these. We can throw out an Ice Spike, and then it would be like Ice Spike and then Zuzka on the next turn. But if we're going to do 2, would I rather have Ice Spike than just a bear? It's an Ice Spike with 13 delay, so it's already going to be after people, mostly. Although, actually, we're going to delay him enough. Yeah, sure. Let's put another one in front of him. And the Zuzka is way less good at taking a hit, so she can get behind everybody. Ah, that's a shame. I was hoping the hammer would land in the other direction. Okay, the good news is this guy's going to be dead before the hammer strike can land this time, so we're definitely going to get good damage on our multi-attacks. Actually, it's not going to matter. He's going to be dead long before the hammer. Okay, so we got some more physical blessings and some mental blessings. And also another Amber Club and Shadow Bone. 1.1 essence. That's pretty good. The unliving lie dead-er, and you're free to loot the ruins in peace. What do we got? 10 quartz. Okay, I mean, quartz is useful. I guess let's not go anywhere. We could camp. We have... Yeah, we have plenty of fuel. Because I know one of us is still injured. Alright, break camp. We are absolutely spending this on Malachite. Chosen has leveled up. I probably want to take something that's going to give us more crafting skill. His wisdom's pretty high. Like, he's already very good at wisdom. Yeah, let's lean into that. We need to acquire some more skills that we can actually use in mental challenges, though. Let's fight these guys real quick. Hey, hey. Fight. There we go. I imagine we can probably just auto-resolve this. Yep. Alright, and then I think we want to keep looking further into the fog, right? We've discovered some scavengers. Also, apparently it's time for my apartment complex to make lots of noise in the hall. Lovely. Alright, well, we can't actually interact with either of those this turn. That's going how it's going to go. We can't really do much about it. And the village is very upset that nobody is helping to make sandwiches right now. Alright, now it's Dobramilla's turn. She is perceptive, she has wits and chance. Life of banditry is an unorthodox path to send your child on, but this world is harsh, and you need hardened folk. So her primary thing is that she's very fast, right? That's the wits here. We might not be able to see this option all that frequently because, who knows how many points of wits it took to unlock it. Let's take a swing at this. She's lucky and she's witty. The trials for a bandit are tough and dangerous. The child must prove their mantle among the ruffians of this world and find the guts to return to you afterward. The child failed its trials. The child was lost for many months. They returned to you rugged and sick with the ailments of the cursed scavengers. It must be the will of the gods, we've decided. I wish we were given a little bit more clarity on what's going on there, like what the chances are. Maybe we could see some of the die rolls that are happening behind the scenes. Alright, Moimira. Well, that's a shame. So I think we want to lean into this purple stuff, right? Gathering, crafting, research, rituals, luck, and faith. Or research and rituals, and yeah, I'm not 100% clear on what the value of the secondary versus primary stat is. Destiny seems like it affects more things, so I would assume it probably affects them all individually less. We don't really have anybody who's good at research, but this affects research as well. Yeah, alright, let's just take a point of Destiny. Okay.
You'd best move along. You're no friends of ours.
Seems very arbitrary when we get voice chat and when we don't. We could attempt a difficulty 2 mental challenge. We have the crafter with us, and he's pretty good at mental challenges, but he also doesn't have a lot of abilities that can be used in mental challenges, right? So brute force is always usable. Protect others is always usable. Shielding from his armor is, of course, physical only. If we were to try this mental challenge... I'm a little worried about a difficulty 3. Is mostly what I'm thinking. Like, we're way better at a physical challenge, but 3 is definitely going to be scary. And I don't know for sure that we're more likely to die in a physical challenge, but it feels like we would be, right? And we're too far away from the gatherers for them to participate, or they'd appear in this screen. He does have showing off, which does not do a lot of damage. He also has showing off. I mean, maybe we could get through this. Protect others is always available. Let's give it a try. Let's give the mental challenge a try. Listen, I mean no harm. I only want to talk and visit. Oh, no, okay. It does include the other people. They're just not shown. Doesn't that button explicitly say that it shows you all the people who will be part of the challenge? Alright, well, they have 4 cards to work on us with, which I'm a little scared about. Out of curiosity, if we hit the auto-resolve, serious injuries. Let's try it manually. Yeah, the problem here is that we just don't have the ability to do a ton of damage. We can use the Ice Spike. We're a little on the slow side. Enemies affected by this subskill suffer increased delay, affects 3 opponents in a horizontal line. That's interesting. We might want to do some of that. For now, I think let's go ahead and lay down our delay. Okay, this works like a hammer attack. This is the, because we gave her that artifact. Let's start by laying him down, maybe. His showing off is pretty slow. Alright, we'll do this. And the Chosen is pretty hardy, so I'm going to put him in the front line, even though that attack doesn't necessarily have to be in the front line. And I think we want to wait on Zuska, because I want to make sure we can get a good hammer. Yeah, we'll put you down too. Let's see how this turns out. Okay, 2 copies of the same person. This time with a hammer attack. So we're both faster than that. We'll probably get a good slowdown on her. Let me make sure I understand everybody's abilities. So you have that shield 1. You have a very effective shield, protect others. You also have showing off. Yeah, unfortunately, we still don't really know where would be a good place to apply a hammer attack, so I'm inclined to just lay down the Chosen again with the highest sanity here. Really, they didn't play anything. So they're just going to play her a 3rd time then? Well, they're also going to play something else, though. They'll have 1 more action point. Well, maybe I'm being a little overly cautious. I kind of don't want... Like, my thought here is that maybe the AI is less likely to play cards close together if they know you have a hammer attack, so I really do want to save this as a surprise. I honestly think I might just pass. I'm going to just pass the turn. Okay. So now we can play our hammer attack up to twice. We have a lot of health to get through. I think instead of playing the thing twice, what I'm going to do is play Protect Others once. Get all 3 of you with that. And then we could do a single Protect as well. It's probably not worth going for Brute Force. Brute Force would be 4 damage over the 2 resolution steps. It would be the very last thing that happens. They do so much more damage than we do. Yeah, we do kind of just need to try to kill them. They really do a lot more damage than we do. Oof, yeah, their hammer attacks are pretty good. And remember, they have 2 cards we haven't even seen yet. It's like after we defeat this woman who is represented 3 times, we still haven't really gotten that far. Okay, so they have this guy who has a pretty low damage. We probably want, like, we definitely want to be using Protect Others every round. It's possible that we took out the one person in their party who does the most damage, right? I'm not really that worried about this guy. So I'm actually going to play... I'm going to play here. We'll see if we can't bait something a little bit more impressive into the ice spike. You have 27 sanity left. That's probably good enough to make it through. Okay, yeah, their fighter is not particularly good at mental challenges either. I think we may have dealt with by a large margin, the most dangerous member of their party already. Let's maybe play him for his attack once, and then we can do protect others afterward. Just, like, execute a lot of slows on her so she doesn't get her second attack, maybe. I'm gonna throw some shielding on the Chosen, just because, like, if we get caught off guard here and they show us that the remaining member of their party is actually terrifying in mental combat. Okay, no, he's actually even worse. I was just saying, I didn't want something terrible to happen in our Chosen to get knocked out somehow. Well, unfortunately, we can't apply our hammer blow quite the way I would like, but we can do it over here. It seems like a fine time for a protect others. Chosen doesn't need any shielding at all, in fact. Well, our hammer attack's going to be really good. So I wonder if it's just that secondary targets always take like half rounded down of the amount of damage the main attack deals. That is a real goofy sound clip. Alright, I think we got this under control. I was a little worried at first, but yeah, we got him now. Let's get you out here. Get that nice quick delay attack. And honestly, second copy of the Chosen. And I think we're already in a position where I feel comfortable throwing down the protect. Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time getting through this much armor. You know what? I think we play another one of her there. Yeah, that's pretty bad for them. Now they only have left the guy who does 1 damage. Alright, we've talked our way out of this situation and mostly retained our sanity. Ah, fine, you look honest enough and you carry the mark of the gods. We'd best not anger them. Come in, but we're watching you. Do I want to ask to trade, or... It would be cool if we could all just be friends. Let's offer to do something to approve our goodwill. Some damned crows sit in a tower nearby. They keep bothering us and we ain't got time to get them. You deal with it. Okay, I can do that. Research material acquired human warrior. What is research material? Okay, so we have checks. Research material collected. When research is completed, we get a 15% power bonus to auto-resolves. Oh. How do we... Is that a thing that we have available just like in our research tab now? Yes, it is. Research creature. There are 2 different creature researches that we have queued up. Okay. And it looks like also we'll receive a significant amount of advancement points upon completing that. Alright, when people come back to town, we'll be sure to go and do some of those. Alright, well, we have a place to be. Let's go ahead and camp, because we could use a little bit of sanity replenishment here. See, I'm pretty bummed out about how things have turned out with our children. There are a lot of rats and spiders, like, all the time. So we've seen rats come from down here a number of times. I wonder if we'll be able to find, like, a place where they're spawning from. Zuzka has gained another level. Oh, yeah, see. We could level up Poison Dagger and it would have a 1.0 multiplier instead of a 0.8. Or we could give her some Brute Force. Honestly, I like Poison Throwing Dagger quite a lot. I think we'll level that up. Now that I understand how to read these. Well, let's decamp. How did that, how much did that help? Okay, we're almost back at full. You find the tower where a crow's nest is bothering the scavengers. Oh hey, we have an option. Because we have the crow pet, we can have our crow try to dominate them. The crows bow to your dominance and fly away. Perhaps one even decides to stay with you. Scavengers are happy with your work, and we got ourselves an additional crow. That's a pretty good outcome. And a whole bunch of faction loyalty. I don't exactly know. Was there something about faction loyalty on the domination screen? Like we had to get people to follow us? No, I guess not. Friendly with at least 5 factions. Here we go. So we have to get people to loyalty 50 or higher. It seems like it might, a game of this might be really long. Let's go fight spiders. We should be able to just take an auto-resolve on that. And then I imagine probably we can auto-resolve on these guys as well, except we can't actually move all the way over to fight them yet. Alright, so we're continuing to produce fuel and... oh, actually... oh no, never mind. We're all close enough to participate. Oh, it's the rats that are near the gathering camp, not the rats that are near the city. You sit down to rest by a tall tree and notice that a stork stands proudly on its top. The bird's beak is lowered, and you see that its feathers are ruffled. Just ignore the bird and move to another tree before it shits on you, or take a... you know what, I could help a stork, and apparently they're known to bring good fortune, but also it's just, you know, good to help a creature. You climb up the tree carefully so as not to spook the stork and investigate. The bird's foot is caught in a metal trap, and this trap is now tangled in the branches of the tree. Alright, we can try to free the bird forcefully, despite the fact that it is likely to panic and hurt us, or, I know how to handle animals. We'll just approach carefully, speak to it, and try to remove the trap. This should be a very easy... you know what? We might be able to do this with no injuries. Let's see if we can pull it off. Not that it matters too much. I'm just thinking, like, with all the protect others that we have access to, we should be able to do that. Okay, 4 poison damage. Zuzka and the Crafter are both still not at full health, so we do have to watch out for that. But, I mean, we'll have the shielding. It's not a big deal. That guy attacks on 8.5. You know what? We can probably just kill this book. Unless they play something in front of it. Alright, I think 2, and then we'll have 2 left. Yeah, this should be fine. Get a little bit more damage out. And we'll go for the big protect others. So he's going to take 8, and we'll give him 2 of the hits. We can't guarantee where that attack will go, but it's only 4 damage. Alright, so we've got the book before it can do anything at all. Okay, so we are not able to get out of here without injuries, but at least they're going to be relatively minor. The auto-resolve was probably just fine to take. You free the stork, and although its foot is still hurt, at least it is free of the trap. The majestic bird circles over you 3 times, changes direction, and makes another 3 turns. You feel a stork blessing is bestowed upon your kin. Okay, that's a pretty significant increase to wisdom and intelligence. Let us rejoice. And in rejoicing, gain a physical blessing. Okay. A swarm of bats descends on you from out of nowhere. Thanks to our turmoil, the sudden flush of excitement feeds your domain and makes your heart beat faster. Attack! Yes, I will accept a perfect victory. Fine, I guess. We'll take a perfect victory. So even more physical blessing. We are now at the maximum level of physical blessing for these guys, but we're only going to be maxed out for 1 turn, and then some of this is going to fall away. And thanks to our perception, we can scout the place where the bats came from. We find a small hidden entrance to a cave. You find the cave empty, although there are signs of something big passing through it, likely what scared the bats. You also find a stash of good... Wow, that's actually quite a bit of sandstone. Oh, the bloody tooth vibrates in your pocket, and you know the invitation to the curve game is active. Soon you see a portal, and through it, a tavern. Alright, apparently it's happening close enough to town that we're allowed to use our demon to do it. Alright, go in, buddy. You enter the back room of an ordinary human tavern, but within you find an unusual crowd. A Hotchlick, a Pineconet, a Skshak, and a Tooth Fairy all sit around the table, hunched over bowls filled with water. There are dice on the table, and an odd scoreboard behind. The Tooth Fairy beckons to you. Don't know you, but you got the tooth, so in you come. Grab a chair and a bowl, and we'll deal you in. Alright, let's try to actually win the game, right? You sit down, and you are encouraged to roll your dice, which are made of bone. As they fall, an image of a human male appears on the surface. The Tooth Fairy claps his hands. Good, good, a contestant is drawn. Now, when it is your turn, you roll the dice and see what mischief befalls them. All your demon tricks are allowed, of course. Sure, yeah, of course. The more curves and other permitted profanities your man yells, the more points you get. Simple, really. Scheming, backstabbing, and trickery are encouraged. Your seat didn't become vacant by chance. The others nod, some with enthusiasm, some a bit stressed. The Hotchlick in particular seems especially worn out. The Skshak sitting on your left tilts his bowl to show it to you quietly. This is a trick. This is a trick, we're not going to look. Alright, everyone is thinking you're just some amateur, but you spot an opportunity to play your first dirty trick, so you do it. One of the contestants wasn't looking, and you were able to drop blood into their bowl. Blood magic distorts things, so that will give you an advantage, but then you realize too late that someone hexed you while you were busy. Okay, so we've taken a mental curse that decreases our wisdom and intelligence, but we've also gotten an increase in wisdom and intelligence to offset it. Alright, look into the bowls to see what they are. Now, let's just say that I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do this. The Tooth Fairy speaks. So, as a reminder, the more curves and other permitted profanities your man yells, the more points you get. Roll your dice, figure out the best way to annoy your mortal, and have fun. Use our people skills here to read the others, bluff, and call their bluff as well. We could use because we're a demon, we could go for a level 1 mental challenge against concept. Think of wonderfully mischievous words, ways to torment your mortal while also cheating your competitors at the table. Or try to play fair and think of ways to make that mortal swear, or the Skshak is offering his help. Maybe he wasn't trying to trick us a moment ago. But maybe he's still trying to trick us. Also, totally could be. Let's take advantage of our demon thing. A level 1 mental challenge should be very doable. Yeah, we're pretty good at these. You twist your fate and cheat your way to victory like a pro. The other demons are miffed, but admit your dominance. The Tooth Fairy looks angry, but asks, this is not an ask. So, a newbie wins. Beginner's luck, to be sure. Here, a reward. And you can name a dozen mortals and demons exempt from the games for 3 years, as per the rules. Okay, that seems like a pretty good outcome. So, this is tricky, because we never know who's tricking us when we're dealing with demons, right? So we can name our people and say we'd like Leopold to remain bound to the game, in case that other demon that we talked to, I've already forgotten what kind it was, in case that demon was telling the truth. It could just be that demon was playing a trick on Leopold, but, you know, Leopold has not particularly endeared himself to me. Our only interaction with him has been him tricking us and stealing our stuff. Yeah, sure. Interesting, indeed. I don't see why not, so deal sealed. See you around, preferably not at the table. I ain't playing with you no more. As the Tooth Fairy walks off, you see Leopold summoned and put into a cage. He looks your way and smiles as if to say he is happy that you won't get hurt anymore. Okay, well then I do feel a little bit bad. But we handled it. Just as you leave, a Kmooch, who sat quietly in the corner, walks over to you, remains silent, but follows you around. Clearly, he was impressed with your skill. Okay, a shy and not-so-pretty demon, but he will bring you good health when befriended. He gives 3 points of increased max health. Okay, that's useful. Also, we've been approached by a pack of beasts. Oh, spiders are attacking the town. Alright, let's... Sure, I'll accept an outcome of victory with injuries, because they're in the town. They're just going to heal it up anyway. 12 points, huh? That's fine. Okay, so we've gotten ourselves a new pet. Ooh, Deerrod has access to a new ability, Parry, which adds extra shielding. Okay, well, hold on. Is this... This is a passive effect. Okay, so he would just have 3 extra shield of all colors. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And Moimira can learn Protective Word, which is a subskill that gives 10 points of shielding, only available in yellow and purple challenges, or Trash Attack. Scavengers are good at gathering stuff if needed. They can toss it at the enemy, too. So, it will give her Brute Force, or does she already have Brute Force and this improves it? I mean, like a Brute Force with a 1.2 multiplier is not bad, and it's also an increase in gathering. Yeah. I like an increase in gathering, generally speaking. You cruel big folk preying on us. You betrayed poor Leopold, so I hate you. I have to give you the stupid wand by law, but I curse you. Brix hands you the gift and flies away. Wait, did we not do... Am I misremembering? You asked me to do this. Well, it's all your fault. The Hotchlick shouts at you before disappearing. Perhaps it was never Leopold who was having problems. Yeah, it feels like getting involved in the business of fairies and demons is maybe a really good way to always get the worst possible outcome. Let's try to avoid them from now on. Okay, well, can we just go back to the scavengers and see if they want anything else from us? I guess we have to wait until next turn because we had to cross the river. Okay, so we finished that. It looks like we discovered that this is in fact Elven Wood. So the higher level resources are maybe hidden underneath those crystals. Bozidar could learn Protective Word or 2 Flying Daggers. It's like a dagger, but twice. Wow, it's fast too. This is only useful in red challenges. Yeah, you know what? A little bit of defense for the town. Doesn't seem like a bad idea. And you could level up your line charge, or you could gain Headbutt. Fast, brutal, and unexpected, create chaos in the enemy's head. Good in red and yellow challenges. So it's based on strength when it's red, and on... What is that? Intelligence? Wisdom? I don't know. Wisdom is the owl face. When it's yellow. It's the base damage of skills is based on a stat, or maybe 2, there's 2 slots there, so maybe it could be up to 2. And this does seem pretty good, actually. It's fast. Yeah, sure. Fast moves that cause delay do seem like a valuable thing to have.
You there? What do you want here?
Alright, listen, we're good friends. Is there anything else I can help you with? There's always trouble about. There's a nice rich patch of ground to scavenge, but damned rats have set up a nest and keep bothering us. We're small, only setting up, so if you'll help us pacify the rats, we'll be very thankful. Sure. Let's try to push some people's loyalty up and see if anything cool comes of it. So wait, are you guys the ones who had the extra crow? Yeah. Let's equip that crow on somebody. No sense in leaving the slot open, right? What is perception? Gathering luck and health. And then knowledge about performing rituals. I guess we'll put this on the crafter? Okay, they want us to go all the way over there, which is a little inconveniently distant. Oh wait, or is it this? Which thing is this? We have no active quests, so we just know that there's 2 things being called out to us. Okay, so we don't have the option of interacting with the Bloodbone or the Elven Wood, and we don't actually have any advancement points, so I guess what we could do here is go pull that other terrain artifact. But actually, now that we can get the Malachite, I think I want to send our gatherers back home. Alright, big scary bees. I really appreciate that they don't mechanically incentivize you to fight stuff that you've fought 100 times. In fact, it's kind of the opposite, right? Once you get the research done, you're actually better at fighting things in auto-resolve. Okay, is there anything we can help you with? You can help a fellow, eh? Sure, there's always trouble. They're in need of stone. You know, we have a lot of stone. How much do they want? I'm more inclined to give them sandstone than I am to give them anything else. I'd give them the quartz, because we can use the quartz for stuff. It says current balance -1. I'm trying to put 1 more value worth of stone in here. Yeah, 1. Okay, there we go. In the name of the cosmic tree itself, you are truly odd folk to offer resources like that, but we thank you. We cannot give much, but here, have what we can spare. A little bit of leather. Okay, some topaz robes. And only a little bit of extra loyalty. I can't quite make it to the village, so you know what? We could spend 2 points of movement interacting with them again. Either we do not have any work for you, or you or your kin are already set on a path to aid us. Finish that path before you ask for new tasks. Okay. And then we'll move a bit, so that we'll still make town before the end of tomorrow. Should be completely trivial. Alright. Toughness just makes you tougher, or Battle Orders gives us another copy of Protect Others. Honestly, his damage is low enough that having him protect others while we have both of the warriors actually fight would honestly be kind of nice. And then, I guess we'll grab 2 points of Mysticism. Dormamilla has not a ton of rituals. We should probably try to get somebody to be good at rituals, right? I don't know exactly what the value of it is, but there's got to be some value. Trying to give ourselves a nice breadth of ability. Okay, get back in here. Let's hit up the gathering menu. So I want a lot of malachite. Once we have some malachite, we can make even better gathering tools to help us get even more malachite to use for other stuff. I don't know exactly what. Probably swap you over onto grain so that we have lots of stuff to cook with. And we have plenty of wood. Maybe you could just do some cooking? Yeah, pickles. We could use some more pickles. Alright, so what is... Are you guys... Let's head over here. Let's get this thing done. It does seem like there's a lot of rats coming from, like, just this general area. Probably a thing worth investigating. But you find the vermin nest you were sent to clear. We are way beyond what we need to be to attack some rats. We found some interesting stuff here. Steel sword. A light, very versatile weapon, suitable for holding in one hand. Why does it have the trash icon on it? I would not say that a steel sword is garbage, but it looks like the game thinks it's garbage. Also, an elven shield. Oh, 8 points of shielding. That's not bad. And the steel sword is a one-handed weapon. Oh, we should kill these guys before we move away. I think we're just going back to town to ask if there's anything else they would like us to do for them. And let's have a quick look at this sword. So right now, we have a two-handed sword on. It has that sword strike thing with a 1.5 times multiplier on our strength. This attack has a this sword has a 1.3 times multiplier on our strength, and it doesn't have the sweeping. It's just a single target attack. It's a little bit better at increasing our shielding, and we could equip it with the shield. But yeah, I think I'd rather keep the damage. We're armored heavily enough. I'm not too worried about our shielding. And you have this fancy book. I think I want to keep the book. Ice Spike is really useful. Yeah, we'll just take this home. We'll figure out who wants it later. Oh, it's autumn. Seasonal effects. Crafting is faster, and there are weather. Weather can occur. So rain reduces visibility and movement. Sunny days make you work faster, like a lot faster. Wind increases sea movement, but characters lose sanity and faith. Darkness causes characters to lose between 1 and 5 faith each turn when outside the village. Characters with low faith may receive a spiritual curse. And Scorch is the light version. Okay. To keep an eye on the weather. So, when we complete this, we're going to get 10 malachite. How much malachite is it going to take to build some better gathering tools? Now, we have the resources right now to just make wood and wood, but I'd rather use something that has a higher essence, right? So once we get 10, we'll have enough to do like malachite and wood if we want, or we could gather twice and do malachite and malachite and end up with a lot more essence. That's probably the better play, because the gathering tools are going to be part of like a positive feedback cycle for us resource wise. We want to make sure those are as good as they can be. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and the scavengers will like give us some. Anything else we can help you with? Filthy Gobos set up a camp nearby, and that scum wants our turf for sure. You go stick them for us. I can do that. I can probably do that. We've never fought goblins before. I don't know how difficult that's actually going to be. It would be 2 movement to interact with them again. Oh, but there's something to investigate over here as well. You find the makeshift goblin settlement that the scavengers asked you to get rid of. Can we just pay him to leave? Like, a level 3 challenge with just our 3 warriors sounds a little harsh. They want 200 value worth of stuff. That's pretty harsh. We could just give them our steel sword. That's... I have 10 malachite on the Chosen. We could just cough up some of that. But like, okay, we're not going to use this Amber Club for sure, so that'll cover most of it. We need 86 more value. Yeah, we'll just give them some malachite. I think that's alright. Or quartz? We're pretty good at acquiring... Like, we have the ability to acquire both of them now. I don't think it matters too much which one we give up. Sure, let's give them some quartz. So we need... We can give them, like, 2 quartz and then some of something that's a little bit less consequential. Like 2 bone. Bone's easy enough to come by. Yeah, alright. Deal's a deal. Times are hard. Stuff is good. We move out. You're about to report your success when you realize the goblins have no honor. They have returned. They are eventually beaten by the scavengers without your help, and your friendship suffers for it. Aw, that's a shame. Can't trust the goblin to stick to a deal, apparently. Alright, some kind of light wisp over there. So, did we gather... We gathered malachite 2 turns in a row there. Alright, so we can make a pretty good Gatherer's Aid, which increases gathering by 3 points, or a Forager's Aid, which gives a 29% increase to our gathering, or one of these, which will give us gathering and group carry modifier and rituals. Okay, I don't think we need that. So if we're thinking we're probably going to put this on our good Gatherer. What is her gathering skill right now? Zuska has 16 gathering. 2.2 of that is from her current tools. So she's actually got a little bit... She's got 13.9 gathering. A 30% increase in that would be... Let's put this back on the table here. Yeah, a 30% increase in that is more than 3 points. So let's craft her a Forager's Aid. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the best crafters in the world right now. Oh, we probably have... Dude, stop cooking sandwiches for a moment. You know what? She's alright. She's pretty good at crafting. We put all 3 of you on this. It'll be done in no time. Alright, well, let's see if we can fix the little blunder we just had there. I mean, obviously, we're going to explore these ruins first. You come across the ruins of a town. It was torn asunder by the Shattering, clearly. But more than that, there's an odd light beaming from the gash. Alright, we have enough perception to search the place carefully. You find tracks of people all going in one direction, away from this place. But their prints are odd, as if their steps were made in unison, like an army. Yet you see children, folk with injuries, and even dogs following the same pattern. That is curious. Where did they go? You follow the tracks and find a group of folks, their eyes empty of light, their limbs slacking, yet not slow. They stare at you and walk away, but a group of light wisps shoot your way. Okay, the light is like... kidnapping them? Easy enough. You defeat the light creatures and find no trace of the others. We got ourselves a little spiritual blessing and some quartz. And alright, a reasonable amount of experience and stuff. Let's see if there's anything else we can do for the scavengers. Bandits. Okay. Soon they'll come knocking on our doorstep, robbing our shit. You know, you can just give them your shit. You don't need to keep that around. Okay, I am ready to fight some scavengers. We can do this. Where? Okay, all the way over there. You couldn't have a problem that's, like, slightly closer? Alright, this is outside of our gather range, so we're not necessarily encouraged to grab this quickly. What else could we get? We could get the ability to craft another kind of thing. Buildings. Maybe buildings would be a good idea. Actually, it'd probably be a good idea to get around to crafting that school. I totally forgot about this, because I was just thinking, you know, I sort of took it so that we could get the playground. But constant research income would be nice. And then, what else might we want? Maybe a wishing well? Yeah, sure. Let's learn how to make one of these as well. Okay, I guess we're still committed to this crafting task. Let's let that finish before we do anything else. What are we gathering right now? Just grain. Well, let's let her gather one more load of grain here. So now we've got our excellent crafting tool. We also have this frog. Sorry, this Kamooch perhaps. maybe that's how it's pronounced. Alright, let's give you the Malachite Gathering Tool, and then Moimira is the better of our two gatherers. We're probably going to keep her on gathering, so she can take this. We probably ought to give somebody these topaz robes. I don't know how much it matters, really. How heavy are they? Only 11? Yeah, sure, you get these two. And a frog. Moimira gets loaded for bear. Oh, sorry, that's not actually what I wanted to do. We want to go to gathering and... Actually, we want to interrogate building crafting. Is it a good idea for us to craft a building? We can make a well right now. But if we did, we'd be making it out of pretty poor components. What exactly does it do, though? Like... Add tier 1 resource to the village's inventory every turn. Okay, we'd have to get to 50 essence in order to make a better one than that. If we made it out of, like, quartz and malachite, how good would it be? We could get this kind of wishing well instead. Provides a handful of random resources each turn. Yeah, that's definitely better. It's a shame we can't get a little bit... We just don't have access to stuff that has enough essence to give us any more levels. But yeah, we'll craft one of these fancy wishing wells. So we gotta get 24 more quartz and 16 more malachite. Alright, so we're gonna have to get malachite twice. You could start working on the quartz. Like, we have a ton of wood. We're not in a big hurry to get any more wood. Why don't you help with this, actually? Okay. Yeah, more gathering tools is definitely a useful thing. So the weather right now is scorch. Unfortunately, not a lot we can do about these guys. They're just gonna get scorched a little bit. As you camp by the water, a flash flood rises unexpectedly. We're close enough to a hill to reach it in time, although we are drenched and tired and will likely catch a cold. Some debris washes up on the shore afterward. That's not really how colds work. Okay, that is crappy. 2 turns of a pretty crummy illness. Ooh, we did find some elven wood, though. Alright, so we'll have to see how the timer works on that disease, because it might be that the first turn comes off when we hit end turn right now, so then the next turn comes off at the end of next turn, and then we could hit the bandit camp the turn after in reasonably good shape. We don't need to make camp. Let's decamp before we have the turn. Be it a monologue of great importance, a beautiful song, or a seductive lyric, someone is trying to entrance you with their silver tongue. Resist their entrancing charm and try to intimidate them instead. It's that light, apparently. I'll take a victory with injuries. It's not a big deal. Very, very small injuries. And an increase in wisdom and intelligence for Zuska. As you travel through a woodland, you hear the cries of a man. Help, please! Someone help me! They're faint, but come from somewhere close. Well, it could be a bandit ambush or something. We are close to that ambush camp, but I guess let's try to find him. Oh, it's the rope thing again. We could probably fight a bear if we had to. Yeah, sure, let's do the same thing. Pull him out. Oh, it turns out it's a huge snake. Alright, pull him out. It turns out it's a bear. Yeah, we can handle a bear. No problem there. Hey, you! Actually grab the rope this time. Alright, we got some good challenge loot. We got some advancements and stuff. And we didn't actually take any damage. It's honestly a pretty good outcome. Ooh. Lightbringers. Come to a settlement claimed by the light. Its folk roam the streets in unison, working, crafting, plowing the fields, all in silence, all together. When they spot you, they approach. You have come to join us? No, not like in the joining... You know, I thought maybe we could just be buddies. You are either one of us, or you are not. Come. Light wisps begin to circle you, their cold heat on your skin and burning icicles touching your guts in an attempt at joining. Yeah, we should flee, because that's 7 difficulty. Okay, not a great place to be. So we're still cursed for the moment, right? Is there a way to see my status effects? Yes, here we go. So we have a mental curse. We have this illness. Let's just hang out for a turn. We're taking some damage here. Let's just hang out for a turn, and then we'll deal with this. And then, apparently, we'll deal with a rats and bats nest. Alright, this is the first pull of Malachite, right? We still need one more. Yeah, okay. So is the effect over? Yes, we are still mentally cursed, but hey, what are you gonna do? You spot the bandit camp that the scavengers asked you to clear. You try to parlay with the bandits, but we're definitely better at physical challenges than mental challenges anyway, and then on top of that, we're still mentally cursed a little bit. Let's just attack them. 3 is gonna be tough, but paying them to leave seems like it might not work. This looks tough. If we hit auto-resolve here, it suggests that we will win. You know what? I'm willing to just accept that outcome. You got rid of the problem as you were asked, and your friendship will surely grow. 19... Oof. Okay. I thought, since it didn't say with grave injuries, I thought, it'll be minor. But maybe we should always try to manual on victorious but with injuries. We got ourselves a bow, which will let us have one of those aimable weapon attacks. And its damage is based on perception. That does seem useful. Okay, we can probably take on these very small weak creatures with no damage at all. So is what I'm supposed to be gathering here? There's a creature with a difficulty of 1 on top of this thing, which has a difficulty of 2. How bad is... Gregor's health? Not great. There's 20 left, but he has that very heavy armor. You know what? I think we can take him. Let us clear this nest. Oh, wow. That's a lot of enemies. Let's try this. Oh, I hit accept outcome instead. I intended to go back and manually resolve. Whatever. It worked out actually really well. Alright, so we got some stuff, some more ancient wood, a fur scroll. Weird. Gives the hurry up ability. Decreases the delay of a selected ally by 1.8. That's kind of cool, actually. Oh, and I don't have the movement necessary to challenge the rats that are standing there. Hopefully we won't get into trouble ending our turn near the Lightbringers. Should be a nice easy one. And we're racking up the experience. A witch hut walks over to you on its chicken foot, and a voice booms from within. I smell sweet darkness clutching your souls, and where there is demand, I bring supply. Pay, my dearies, and your curses shall be cured. Our curses aren't really that bad. They'll go away on their own. I'm cool. Thank you for the offer, though. Alright, so our man here has significant wisdom. I think I'm just going to keep leaning into it. So your weapons are strength-based. It's hard to imagine it's wrong to take the strength. Wits does seem useful, but 2 points of strength... Yeah, now that we understand, like, we're starting to understand how the damage of our attacks is actually calculated and stuff, strength does seem a little bit more important. Your wisdom is very poor, and you don't have any abilities that let you participate in mental combat anyway. Gaining more wisdom is not going to increase the amount of shielding on his protect others. You know, with him I will take wits. So we just want to get away from these Lightbringers. Their camp is super creepy looking too. I guess let's just head home. The crafter could be useful in the construction of the building. Or the multiple buildings. Alright, so we're not quite done getting the quartz that we need. And you can just get back on food gathering for a moment. Right, because we needed 30-something quartz, wasn't it? 31, yeah. And I mean, the expedition's bringing resources back with them as well. Oh, wait, what is this? Just like a group of people standing out here. Should I have camped last turn? How? Yeah, I probably should have. Well, maybe we want to encounter this adventuring party. You come across a caravan of wealthy traders. They approach and ask to talk, but you recognize one of them as the man you saved from the hole, who never even said thanks. Yeah, we could probably do this, right? Ooh, total defeat. Resolve manually, please. Is it really all that bad? That guy hits for 8. Maybe we should just forfeit the challenge? Here, let's put one of these down. Let's draw out some more cards from them, see if we can't maybe get a better handle on how difficult this is going to turn out to be. Headbutt does 1 less damage. It's basically the same attack, but slightly worse. It's faster, I suppose. Okay, so they're going to use the same guy over and over again, which suggests that this might be a situation like the last one we saw, where one member of their party is far, far better at mental combat than the others. But we really, like, he has 32 health. I'm gonna forfeit. I don't know that we can do this. You see the man protest. Liars and braggarts, how dare they shame me? The leader turns to you angry. We come to you in goodwill, and you dare to offend my son. Begone before we whip your arses. Yeah, alright. We should have just taken the fair trade, I guess. I really thought we might be able to pull that off, though. Okay, so we definitely have enough quartz now. Let's start the project. The school is going to require quite a lot more resources. We can go quartz and malachite, wishing well. Yeah, I like that. 1,000 points of crafting. Honestly, I think I'm just going to leave the gatherers gathering. Like, let's figure out what the school would require. I guess we can go ahead and start the project, even if we don't have the stuff for it, right? So we could go for, like, a quartz and also quartz school. To give us 1.8 research attribute, 0.2 research points per turn, and no additional slots on our research. We're not quite able to push up to the next tier, unless I wanted to, like, use... If we could get a hold of some fancy wood, because we're able to use more wood, we could get more essence out of it. Out of curiosity, could we... Yeah, we could take the materials on this down quite a bit and still get the 45 essence necessary for the first level of a school. Oh, actually, the points increase even if you don't hit the next threshold. It must be the thresholds might add like actual extra abilities, maybe? So we'd like to make the whole thing out of quartz. Yeah, it's an extra increase to the research attribute. Alright, a great big school of stone. So we need our gatherers working hard on quartz, which is what we're already doing. Okay. Alright, let's jump back in here and build this school, and then I suppose we ought to stop for the day, because, man, time really flies when I'm playing this game. Okay, let's pull you two, because this is a big task, and you are both good at crafting. Oh, that's like not even on the right thing. This one, the one we can actually build. There we go. You lot are to help with the quartz harvest. Okay, so how much do we actually need? We need to have 121 in total. We gain 12 each time. Okay, so we gotta stick at this for a minute. We have lots and lots of vegetables. Maybe we should work on getting more malachite. We don't need more food right this second. Okay, well this is a complete auto-resolve. Cool. Actually, you know what we could be doing right now? Is some research. Oh, when we, I guess this must be the actual glowing crystal itself. It's a lot of advancement points. Or a lot of research points, rather. Maybe we could pull... Well... So we can pull you. You have 33 research points. Man, you are not fast at this. You know what? No, we'll keep you on gathering for the moment. Let's get the school finished, and then we'll, Or no, we're building the well right now. No, I do not care about curse curing. We are fine, thank you. Alright, got ourselves a wishing well, and we're just a little bit short on quartz still. We would not be able to get... We can get... Yeah, okay, we can get enough quartz on this next turn to get that started. I do sort of wish that you could pull people off of tasks from this menu. Like you could see here, your crafter currently gathering, and you can just pull them off straight to it. Alright, you guys, we don't really need more quartz. Somebody should probably wrap this last set up. So who is least valuable on crafting? You. You wrap that up, give me one more load of quartz. Then we'll have the crafter, and you... Actually, hold on. You guys are really bad at research. We could try to get some research going. Like, put the crafter on this for sure. Have these three work on building the school while everybody else starts the research. The research will be way more effective once the school is completed. But we also just have a lot of things that we need to research. Let's start with the creature researches, because those have a couple of benefits. Alright, and then I think, honestly, I probably have to stop here, or else I'm just going to keep one more turning myself into oblivion. But I'm still having a good time. I hope you all are too. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. Like I said, I might do an episode or two over the weekend, just because we're still really digging into the mechanics. And we'll see you then.